hi Paul, here is Asia's dad, Jim, and going to give you a little demo on how we basically prepare the lobsters for the lobster sauce. So what I did is I put the lobster here on a kind of a cutting board so any of the juices and so forth will just drip there because we're going to use those. Have a sharp large knife, as you can see here. I'm going to take the tip of the knife, and you'll see on the lobster basically there is a seam pretty much where his head gets attached to his body. It's maybe about 2 inches in from the front of the head. I then insert the point of the knife straight down into that section. Poor Insu, this is tough on her. And we're going to basically, going to try to just get that out there. Boy, it's a nice tough one we got here. Oh my God, he's not moving it. All right, now I've got to get on this side a little bit. And we're basically going to cut out, wow, this is a tough one. Oh, there he goes, okay. Should come right out along that seam, Paul. I'm not exactly a fancy chef here, so bear with me. Okay, and there we go. We got the head detached. That's the first step that I like to take. Now, you'll notice inside, depending on the lobster and what time of year it is, there is the roe, which is, I believe, edible, although I leave that up to Insu. I do save that on the table here in case you want to put some of that in the sauce. Okay?
It's that green stuff. Right?
It's the green stuff. Then we remove the claws, which come out very easily now that you have the head off. And we basically just pull those out. Now the head is not going into the lobster, so that goes right back into the bag. Okay, so now we got the lobster body, we got the lobster claws. I'm going to set those aside for a second. And we're going to go over the back, and now we're going to separate the tail section from the lobster. And I do this actually right across. We're going to cut the tail into pieces. So I take about 2 little segments up for the first cut. And you kind of use almost like a, what's that called? A cleaver type approach. Kind of push it right down there. Should cut right through the bone. And then you'll have your first section of tail. I go up maybe about another 2. And we're going to do the same type of thing. And this is so Insu can fit it in the pot. And people can each get a piece of the tail, which is very popular. And we cut another little piece there. You'll see a little piece of bone. You probably want to separate that on the side, just for those who don't like the bone, which is most people. Okay, now here we go, Paul. We're going to separate the body from the tail. This will be the largest section of tail. You should be able to get right in between the last section of tail. I might cut that one more time if Insu asks me to do that. And there you go. You have the 4 sections. The claws, pieces of tail, the head is off, and the body. What you see here is all going to wind up going in the sauce, Paul. Asia, you well know that. I don't have to teach you that. Okay, of course, if you have rubber bands, they're not going into the sauce. We're going to cut those off. And we're going to do one more thing to the claws. In order to have them cooked through, we do a little bit of a crack on them. So I just basically take the knife, turn it over, and then whack a nice crack in there. That helps it cook right through and also makes it easier for people to open it up to eat it. Okay, again, take all rubber bands off, not part of the recipe that Insu left you. And again, take the back of the knife, give it a good whack. Sometimes you're a little tougher, and that'll cut it right there. That's just enough so Insu can get it in the sauce pot and so forth. Okay, that is the demo, and I hope you have a wonderful and Merry Christmas. I wish I was there with both of you. But I will be seeing you both very soon with the rest of our family. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.